So I just wanted to just start off by saying what my intentions are. So there's two parts of this intentions. It's going to be one is to document the remodeling of this house, which we bought as a foreclosure, which was basically inundated with mold. All right, and we'll go over that later. The other step is to just show you and go over different aspects of the building trades and show you what to and what not to do, or better ways to do things like that. So we'll take you through all the different steps of it. As of right now, we started filming late, but I have a lot of pictures to document where we've come, where we started, and how far along we've come, which we can include. And then, but we'll try to document as much stuff as we can to keep you guys posted. All right. So come on, let's go. So I'm going to start down in the basement, and we'll start from there, and I'll explain what had happened. Or actually, I could start from here. So on the second floor originally was a bathroom. Right about in this corner here was a bathroom. And with the foreclosure, I guess somebody, the people left or whatever, and then the bank never turned off the water. And then when the electric was shut off and there was no heat, the pipes burst, and then in turn this flooded the whole second floor, just about 75 to 85% of the second floor, about 90% of the first floor, and the basement. So I'll take you down to the basement to start. Fortunately, now you get to see all the stuff that's been demoed and cleaned up. So that part has already been done. But now what we have is there was some water coming in from the basement, and we still had two little issues recently, but we're gonna see if we can address those. And so what we did was the water was coming in from the back corner, and we used this dry lock product, which you can roll or brush on the walls. It's not the type of product you can spray because it's really thick, and that's kind of like it's not the best way to solve the water issue. It's a good temporary way to solve it, and it's also a good way without doing any excavating and what have you. So it's kind of like a temporary. If there's a little bit of water coming in, it'll probably work pretty well for you. But if not, you probably have to do better measures of really getting outside and solving the water from coming in. I think we have a high water table here, which contributes to some of that water, and I don't exactly know how to take care of that as of yet. But between the dry lock product and any other product that serves the same purpose, which is basically to seal the water so the water can't come in and it basically stays outside or in the concrete until it can drain out. So we painted the walls, you can see. So the walls have been painted with this dry lock product, and that has stopped a lot of the water from coming in. I'm gonna finish, I ran out, so we're gonna finish up to that corner. On the other side of this wall is actually another condo on the other side. So there's a duplex, there's two of us here. This is the next door neighbor, so there's no dirt or anything under here or earth, so it's not likely to get a leak from here. However, the back, there's a deck here, so everything here, and then I'll probably take that waterproofing in here about a foot or two. So from that all the way, the waterproof about this high, and then we have a deck that's right about here. So, and that's waterproof on these two sides, and the front side has a deck too. So that's what I'm doing for the waterproofing. We may put the plywood pieces on the floor that allow any moisture that would come in for us to be above it. I don't know if we're gonna do that route or maybe just refinish this floor or put tile on it, but we'll figure that out and find that out later. As far as structural, I was thinking earlier over here, when they originally built it, it's a modular, so there's two pieces of the house that they actually bring together and bolt together. They bring these in on a truck and they bolt them together. They drop them in with a crane, and then they bolt it together, and that's how you have your house pre-made in a factory somewhere. So along with that, what they did was they notched out these joists to sit on top of this
piece of wood. And anytime you notch out a joist, for example here, you notch that out, you're actually making this joist, which is I believe 2x10, you're actually notching it out. So now it's a 2x8. When you notch that, the structural point of it now changes. So you don't have a full 2x10 for your structure. So what we did is we filled in the blanks here. We filled in all this with blocking. And then we added joist hangers, which brought that strength of that 2x8 back up to a 2x10 because now it's sitting on a joist hanger, totally supported. So if you have something like that and your floors are weak, or you find a little bounce or something, or sometimes they crack right here, you get a crack and where it starts to settle in, you can always add the blocking and the joist hangers to position your joists so they're much stronger. Other than that, not much is going on down here. All the electric has been taken out, all the plumbing's out, and then we're gonna redo everything. Hopefully we'll get to go over that stuff as well, and you get to see each of those stages. That's about it here, so let's go upstairs. So we started with a basic house, which was approximately 1,040 square feet. That's about a little over 500 square foot per floor between the first floor and second floor. So for a family of 4 that we have, or at least I know has to be here, we had a lot more square footage, so we thought that it might be a bit tight for us, so we decided that we would try to find a relatively inexpensive way to add some square footage. And what we came up with was this would be the living area, which was originally designed in the house. The original design had a kitchen, very small kitchen here, with a bathroom right where I'm standing, like exactly where I'm standing here. And then there was like a closet there and a little eat-in dining room there. So we decided to get a little bit of square footage. If we would bump this out, my original plan was I could cantilever 2 foot, and that would give us a couple foot extra. And then I said, well, I decided that maybe 4 foot would be better. 4 foot out with about 15 feet across, and we would bump this out and make it a little bit bigger. When I went over that with the architect, he said, if you're gonna bump it out 4 foot, you may as well bump it out 8 feet. So that's what we did. And when you start to think of the costs, it does cost, and it is a cost per square foot. But when you start thinking about different things, like if you go out 6 foot, there's really no sense in going out 6 foot since all of your lumber is measured in 8 foot denominations, like your plywood and stuff. You'd be throwing 2 foot of waste out if you didn't just finish the other 8 foot. So instead of doing the 4 foot, we ended up going 8 foot. So what we have, these walls are temporary. That was the existing wall. This was the existing wall of the house, the exterior wall. And now this is gonna go away, this wall, and this would be an 8 foot. Now we have 8 foot by 15 foot, just watch your step. 8 foot by 15 foot area that we have, what we're gonna have as a dining area here with a table. And on this side, we still have one wall to build. I have to determine where we're gonna put this door, but this will be a half bath. Okay, so we'll have a toilet and a sink in here. This will be a small space to hang your jackets and what have you, because the space is very limited, so having that little cubby hole will help, and maybe some position behind the door will help as well. We're trying to utilize as much space as we can out of this house, and I'm literally trying to use or utilize every little space. So if you go to here, my intention, because this modular was built and it has a little shelf here going into the basement, I'm going to fill this with shelves where we can store some items, whatever those items might be, but it will convert into some storage space. And then we'll take you to the second floor in another effort to save space, again, because it's so tight and it's so small, the space that we have. Originally, the stairs were here. You can see a little bit where there was a header that ran across this space here. And what we did was we designed with the stair company. They designed I told them what my intentions were to get some more space to move the upstairs hallway forward. In order to do that, we had to move the stairs forward. So what we ended up doing was we measured this space here. This is gonna be like 3 foot. But we ended up moving this back 9 inches. And that allowed us to move the stairs 9 inches forward, which allowed us to move our upstairs hallway 9 inches forward, giving us 9 inches more in the master bedroom. So little tiny things that actually are giving us a little tiny bit more of space, which we need every little bit we can get. On this floor, same thing with the space. I want to put a bookshelf on this wall as you're going down the stairs, just for storage. This area here is technically a closet. For now, we'll talk about that later. This is gonna be the hallway upstairs. This leads to a small bedroom here. This will bump out, which we didn't do, but this will bump out into a small closet for this bedroom. We'll have a bed and nice windows, and we'll have this will be the common bathroom here, where we'll have a tub, very simple, tub, toilet, sink, just the basics, and we'll do it up real nice, God willing. This will be laundry on the second floor to try to save all the hassle of going to the basement, because there's so many times we have laundry in the basement. We're gonna try to eliminate that, put the laundry on the second floor, make it a lot less work for the wife, okay? And then this is gonna be a closet here for storage of linens and vacuum, etc. Walking through here would be the master bedroom with an ensuite, which will be, over here we'll have a shower, approximately 32 to 36 inch shower by 5 foot with a small vanity and a private toilet with a pocket door here. We'll see that. We'll probably get the, would be great if we got to go on film and do the pocket door and all that. Out here will be a space for like a desk, dresser, and that second floor bump out, which we saw downstairs as our dining room, now becomes our master bedroom. So, or actually part of our master bedroom, which would be where we have our bed, 2 nightstands, and his and her closets. That'll give us plenty of space, space that we need or really desire. So that's the layout of the house. And then, so we did a lot of the framing already. I'll take you outside just to show you how I saved a little bit of money on doing the addition by putting on piers instead of building a foundation. That was for the purpose of saving money, less expensive, putting in 4 piers than it was putting in a whole foundation. All right, and I think that's about it. Oh, the other thing is on this ensuite, the master will have, we have it framed out here, which will be a sliding glass door and a small balcony, just to let light in. And part of the design of this house was light, because my wife, she desires a lot of light. So we'll have the sliding door here, which will bring in plenty of light. And we have a couple of large windows here to bring in light. This is just temporary because we didn't finish the framing and it was gonna have rain and wind, so we put these boards up temporarily just to, you know, block out the rain and any kind of winds. So they'll have 2 windows here. We'll have another window here on each side of the bed and a transom window above to give the maximum amount of light I can get into this house. And also in the, we'll go downstairs, maximum amount of light we can get in the house, moreover in the bedroom. Okay, and same thing, there will be a window in that bathroom as well, just to bring light. We need as much light in this house as we can. As far as this design, I didn't go over it, but the kitchen design will be in an L shape here. The plan is that it'll be L shape with refrigerator, stove, and sink on this wall with a window. This door will slide over approximately right in this wall space here. So that 6-foot door will be moved over here and the cabinets will come all the way up to the end. Again, light, letting that light in from the kitchen window to these doors. And then we have these 4 windows for the dining room. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get plenty of light. This house, we want to have a lot of light in this house. And then 1 more for the bathroom window. So that's part of the plan, is to have all that light. So one of the main goals for us in our particular family was to have a lot of light, as much light as we can coming into this house, and that's why a lot of things are designed around that. The other thing designing in this house, which we'll see towards the end, would be lots of built-ins, utilizing all the space that we can possibly utilize. So here we are on the outside. So what I had explained was some of the things to save money, save cost, and still get the same effect that I'm looking for, which was basically square footage and light. So originally, there's 2 options. One would be to put the house on piers, the addition on piers, or to put a foundation. Obviously, a foundation is a lot more work and more money. Between excavating and the concrete, it can add up pretty quick. So what we did was decided to put it on piers. As you can see, got piers. Sorry about the mess. We did the major construction just last week, and we haven't cleaned up yet. But so there's piers. Originally, the architect designed it to have piers both on the outside and along the house because of the weight. But I had spoke to him about actually cantilevering these joists from the house box beam. So what we did was we cut out the box beam of the house and actually rested these joists on the sill plates of the house. So that's how I saved money on the footings. I believe 4 footings just against the house that was originally designed. So we got rid of those. That saved us money there. Then we added 4 footings out here, which I think is a bit of overkill, but nonetheless, that's what the architect calls for, because generally, anytime you get engineering architects, they want to make sure they're covered. They want to make sure nobody's getting hurt and no houses are falling down. So they tend to overbuild a bit. But nonetheless, we got 4 footings on the outside, which saved me that. I had a friend of mine come over. He dug out the footings for me. We poured them. We had a rainstorm which flooded out the footings and ended up destroying 2 or 3 of them, and I had to come and rebuild it right before the inspection. That was a stressful time, and I got pictures of that. No video, but we have pictures, and I'll put that up as well. So anyway, we're gonna take you through the whole process. I know that a lot of the process has been done. The mold's been done, the framing's been done, the addition's been done, but I'm still gonna break it down for you, and we'll go over all of that stuff. But this is the main addition that we put on, and I'll go over how we got rid of all of that mold, how we did the framing inside and the framing on this, amongst many other things. So that's it. So please, if you want to follow us, I just want to take you through the whole process of this build that we have here, my own personal house. Everything from the mold cleanup, the demo, mold cleanup, the framing, and the addition part. If you follow me through this process, more than likely you'll have all the skills it would take to do your own remodel if you so desire. So we're going to go through all different stuff. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us, and you won't miss any of these episodes that we're putting out. Ring the bell, notification bell, and then anytime we put up a video, you'll be the first to know about it.